Hello and welcome to another connection with me. I'm Teresa Todd. I'm a naturopath, biochemist and microbiologist from my naturopath Gold Coast. And I love touching base with you all and just helping give a few tips and tidbits that you can take into your life that can help support your life, enhance your life, really make it easier. So for those people that are up here in Queensland and feeling the heat today, I really hope that you're staying hydrated and that you're staying cool. Please make sure that you take all the right precautions if you're in the bushfire areas, and my heart goes out to all of you that are affected by those, and I hope that you all stay safe. For all of those watching from the southern states, from Victoria and Tasmania, I really hope that you're staying warm and that you still stay hydrated, but that you stay warm and stay safe in some of these storms that they're predicting. So my heart goes out to each and every one of you that are watching today. But today I really wanted to talk about the silly season. So we're coming up to the end of the year. We're in the end of the first big week of November. So Christmas is coming up fast, and with Christmas and New Year comes what's called the silly season. And that's when you start to do a lot more preparations for Christmas. We have family and loved ones come in. We all have social events, end of year work events, and then the kids' school holidays as well. And so there is a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, and a lot of people that tend to get overwhelmed at this time of the year because of the amount of things that are going on during this year. I've had a client today who she's already feeling overwhelmed, and it's because of her work and with her work asking her to do extra hours, and she hasn't even got to the planning of Christmas and that kind of thing. So it can start quite early on getting a bit overwhelming. So what can you do? Let's look at all the things that you need to do during this silly season. Hi Miranda, it's great to see you online here. So the things that are going on at the moment, you might have extra work hours, like I just said with my client at the moment. You might have extra tasks to do. If you've got Christmas at your house and you've got things that you need to plan, then you've got extra tasks to do in the lead up to that. Hi Tash, it's so good to see you on board. Extra tasks, so you might also have extra shopping, as far as grocery shopping in preparation for school holidays and Christmas. You might have extra shopping in general if you celebrate Christmas. There's that whole gift giving side of Christmas that comes about, so there's a lot more shopping to be done at that stage as well. And then we've got the social meeting, the social events. So you've got events with friends and family, you've got work events. People tend to catch up at this time of the year, and it's a great time of the year to catch up because most of Australia goes into the warmer season, and a lot of people start to come out from the colder weather and start to really get out and about and get busy with socializing and networking and that kind of thing. But all of that tends to bring about late nights, different foods, more alcohol, and that can deplete the body a bit. So that'll leave you feeling tired and run down for next year. So do you want to start the new year feeling behind the eight ball, feeling tired, run down, sluggish? Or do you want to start the new year feeling vibrant, alive and fantastic? I know I want to do the latter. I've had a big year so far, both personally and through my business. I've done a lot of development personally and a lot of work developing my business as well. And so I've had, I'm going to say, a really big year as far as the extra demands that I've had. So I know for next year I've got a lot planned, and I really want to start the new year in a good space. I don't want to be dragging my tail before I start the new year, because by the time I get to the end of the year, it'll be too run down, I'll be too tired, I won't be able to enjoy my family, and I'll really suffer that way. So, and I get a lot of clients that do the same. They tend to come to me around the Christmas, New Year, right just before Christmas, or they come to me in the new year and say, right, I'm tired before I start, what can I do to help get up and running? I'm unmotivated. I'm struggling to get through the day. I just really don't feel good. So what I'm going to suggest is start before we get to the silly season, or start at the beginning of the silly season. Start the prep work. And prepping for silly season so that you can thrive through the silly season and not just survive is just simple things to as far as planning, as far as really being mindful of what you want to do during this time so that you can come out the other end full of vitality, full of energy, and really feel great to start the new year. So let's avoid the burnout. Avoiding burnout starts with planning the things that need to be done from now until the new year. What are the tasks that you need to do in the lead up to the new year? What kinds of things do you need to do? Do you have to clean the house if you've got people coming over? Do you need to prepare if you're going away to see other friends and family in interstate or intercountry? In another country, do you have to plan and organise a few things in the lead up to that? So I've got a couple of clients who are going back home to other countries to see their family and friends, and they need to do things like get someone to look after their animals, or they need to prepare what they need to do to help their kids move over, to travel over there, or they need to plan the time around work and catching up with the family that are here. So all of those things just need to be thought about and planned into the time that you've got between now and New Year. Hi Anne-Marie, hi Ara, it's great to see you there. So just looking at what do you need to do? So start with the social events. What social events do you have coming up between now and the end of the year? Write them down in a diary and start to plan those out. Hi Liz, it's great to see you. And when you plan those out, that'll give you a bit of a space so that you can see what other time you've got to plan around this. And when you are planning out events and saying yes to some of these events, you don't have to say yes to all of the events that you have, the social events that you need to go to. When you're planning out and you're looking at these events, if you've got events that are back to back, and say in past I've had some clients that are doing 3 and 4 and 5 events in 1 week, plus they're still going to work, plus they're still being the mum to their kids, and they're still running their kids around at that time, and they're still doing all the housework. 3, 4 or 5 events in 1 week is a little bit more than most people can handle, as far as still maintaining the rest of the life around that. So when you're doing the 3 or 4 or 5 events back to back, there's a loss of sleep. So there's a loss of hours of sleep. There's a loss of time where you could normally be doing a few things either to relax and rest, or you could be doing a few little tasks around the house, some housework, that kind of thing. And all of those other tasks tend to build up in the time that you are home. And so that tends to eat into your time that you're sleeping. So when you are planning your social calendar, make sure that you've got what I call downtime. So you've got a social event plan, but make sure you've got maybe the next day to rest and recuperate, or the next day's light and easy, that you don't plan too many tasks into the next day, but allow your body to rest and recharge. Because if you keep running on those adrenals that are pumping out that adrenaline and that cortisol to keep you going through the silly season, that's what leads to the burnout for the new year. So it's just about thinking about it now. What about delegation? So delegating some of those tasks. I just said about how some people still have the household chores, they've still got things to do around the house, and they've got this social calendar, and they've got the kids' social calendar, and they've got the partner's social calendar. So all of that tends to add up. So delegating some of the tasks that are around the house, the cleaning, the dishwasher, the clothes, all of those kinds of things. So it's all of those little tasks that someone else in your family could also pick up and help with. Might be that someone could help you do the shopping, do some online shopping. Hi Lee, great to see you, hun. Hope you're doing well. Zelda, it's good to see you on board too. So, like I said, delegate to other people. Have you got some friends? Have you got some friends that you could work with that could help share some of the tasks? Friends or family members. So it could be that a family member cooks up a large amount of meals, and you might freeze some of those so that you've got some meals on those days that you are home, not out socializing, and that you can eat that's quick and easy. You might be able to do the same for others. So they might make a meal and have leftovers, and then you might make a meal of something else, and then you give them leftovers. So it's cooperation there. Or they might be able to look after your kids while you go and do a few things and get some tasks done, like Christmas shopping, or even cleaning the house, or a social event. And then you might do the same for them. So it's about what else can you do with your network with your family, your immediate family. How can they help with the tasks that you've got around the house? How can your friends and extended family members help in making everyone's life easier? The more people that get on board with this, the easier it's going to be for everyone. It's not just about you gaining from this and everyone else doing more work. It's if everyone can share a little, everyone's going to have a much better silly season for this year. And that would be fabulous, that we all get to the beginning of next year and go, right, we're ready to tuck in and we're ready to really enjoy 2020. So when we are socializing and you've got those meals or you're catching up with friends, because it is the time where you can catch up with extra friends that you haven't seen for the rest of the year. So it's not just workmates that you might have end of Christmas catch-ups with, but those other friends and family that you don't get to see during the year. There's that added intake of alcohol and the sweets. This time of the year, we all tend to have a lot more rich foods, the sweets, the decadent kinds of meals, and the really rich, fatty, sugary meals tend to go on a lot at this time of the year. Being aware of what you're eating and what you're drinking is really important to keeping your health for the next year. Because if you go and indulge, inhale, whatever you want to call it, really enjoy the Christmas cheer. So you have lots of alcohol, you have those rich foods, the pavlovas, the Christmas cakes, the real rich, the rich meals, like sometimes people go for a lot of pastas or pizzas, those kinds of things, the pastries, all of that comes in, and then that tends to overwhelm the digestion and the liver. And when we overwhelm the digestion and the liver, that's when we start to feel a bit foggy in our thought. We can't think straight, we can't make good quality decisions. Our liver gets a little bit overwhelmed and we tend to get a bit more irritable, a bit more short-tempered. We also then get tired and run down. And so you might wake up tired and go, I really can't handle today. You go for the coffee to get you going, and then you go through the day and then you start to crash in the afternoon again, but you've got another social event. So you go for some wine, some alcohol to pick you up and get you through the evening, maybe some sugars in there as well. And then the next day we're crashing again. So I call this the roller coaster. Let's get off the roller coaster. Roller coasters are fun if they're at theme parks, but not for your everyday life. So if you can be more mindful about the food and the drink that you're consuming, you can sustain your energy. And you can sustain the health and the longevity you've got for next year. And the ability to tuck into all kinds of tasks. I'm just going to turn my computer off here, it's beeping at me. So you can tuck into all kinds of tasks that you've got to do for next year. So if you're drinking alcohol, keep it in moderation. I'm not going to say, hey, don't drink any alcohol. It's Christmas time, it's socializing, it's part of the Aussie culture to have some alcohol in a social event, but decrease it. So if you're having an alcoholic drink, make sure that you're having a couple of glasses of water between. One, so that you can stay hydrated, and two, it'll actually decrease the amount of alcohol that you're drinking, because sometimes we can get mindless with the amount of alcohol we're drinking. We get to the end of the night and we've drunk a little bit more than we thought we would, or we thought we did. So having, say, a glass of alcohol and then a couple of glasses of water is a fabulous way to stay hydrated. It reduces the hangovers for the next day, keeps you more alert and more vibrant, and reduces the ability for you to drink more alcohol, because we tend to get quite full in our stomach and we tend to get bloated. So people are less likely to drink more alcohol and eat too much when they're drinking plenty of water. If you are drinking alcohol and you don't want to drink water because it's seen as being not social, sometimes that connotation can come through, and unfortunately there is that peer group pressure there. What I say to a lot of my clients is have vodka, lime and soda, minus the vodka. So you might have a vodka, lime and soda, and then you might have some lime and sodas. And so no one else in the group realizes that you're just having the lime and soda, and for yourself as well, it sort of tastes a bit like the vodka, lime and soda. So you're happy in going along during the night and not feeling left out of the social atmosphere. So choosing alternatives, if you are drinking alcohol, choosing those alternatives to help keep your health and to help keep your energy throughout the silly season. And that will make sure that you don't have the hangovers the next day, that you're not feeling like you're wiped out, and that you can't think quite straight the next day. So, and with those social kinds of meals, eat healthy. Instead of choosing the pavlovas, the rich meals, the pizzas, those kinds of things, go for a meal that's based on plants, that's got a big salad to it, that has salad as the main part of it or veggies as the main part of it, so that you can get all of that nutrition that the body needs to keep healthy and to stay healthy. So it can run your digestion, it can feed the good bacteria of your digestive system, it can help your liver detox. And the fibers in those foods are also going to keep you full or fuller, so that you're less likely to be tempted by the sweets, or if you do have a bit of sweets, that it is something that's a small portion size. At Christmas I do tend to see a lot of people tend to overeat because the food's there. And so by making sure that you're filling up on those plant-based foods that are full of fiber, not only are you helping your health, but you're ensuring that your satiety is there, so that you're less likely to overeat in the sweet department. That you can have a minor taste, that you can have a small taste of something. So you could enjoy a few spoonfuls of a beautiful cheesecake or a pavlova, or any of the beautiful Christmas puddings that are around, the Christmas cakes and the Christmas puddings. So I'm not saying don't ever have them, but have smaller quantities. And by filling up on those salad, fruits and veggies first, you'll find that you won't want those sweets. So it'll be a great way to nourish your body, feed those good bacteria, and really help with your energy and help you to thrive through this silly season. So maintain your exercise through this time as well. So when you're looking at the next day, say if you've been out the night before or you've had a few busy days with work, try to incorporate something small just to keep your exercise up. If you don't have time to go to the gym, like my client this morning that is working all those extra days, she hasn't had time to go to the gym. But what about a nice walk after work at the end of the day? We've got great daylight here in Queensland because we don't have daylight savings, so we've got great daylight at the beginning and the end of the day, that you can just get up that little bit earlier or go for a walk at the end of work and just unwind, relax and get your exercise in. So that can also help with your health. It can help with your stress response. Does that sound good? You could pick anything you wanted. So if you are socializing, dance the night away. What a great way to do it then. You're getting some exercise, you're getting the social aspect, you're getting the laughter, it's a lot of fun, you're exercising. Great way to do it. Dance in your own home. Put some music on while you're cleaning the house and dance in between vacuuming or sweeping the floors or something like that. Make it fun. It's really good. To also maximize your time at this time of the year, look at online shopping. So if you've got a lot of gifts to purchase, even the groceries, because I've already spoken to a couple of the supermarkets around here and they're saying that it's getting really busy already and that on weekends it's hard to even move around because there's a lot of people starting to prepare. So instead of braving the crowds, do some online shopping. Pick it up, get it delivered. Do the online shopping for your gifts so that you don't have to spend the hours walking around between shops, that you might just go online and pick a few things and get it sent to you. It's a great way to maximize your time when you've got extra time going out for social events or preparing for Christmas, preparing the house, those kinds of things, running the kids around to their end of year concerts that they've got. It's a good thing to do there. And if you've got family and they're coming and you've got family gatherings, instead of purchasing gifts for everyone, think about doing Secret Santa, so that you start to reduce the number of gifts you have to get, but everyone gets to concentrate on that one gift and really make it special. It helps to reduce your stress, helps with costs as well, and it helps with your time and makes it fun. Some of those Secret Santas can be really fun to have a look at and see what everyone's got. I love looking at that. It's such a great way to do it. So these tips I really hope that you can implement into your preparation for this silly season and during the silly season. So it's just simple common sense things like don't overeat, try to reduce your alcohol. They've been said time and again, but really having a look at what you can do to minimize that when you're in that social atmosphere. Maybe on the days that you're not socializing, you could do one of the intermittent fasts to help compensate for that and just give your digestion that time to recuperate until the next time. But again, make sure that you're drinking plenty of filtered water during that time. so that you can help with the elimination processes. Stay hydrated through the whole of summer because it's going to be a hot one. Today, here on the Gold Coast, we're running at about 33 degrees. I know down south you're not getting that heat, but it just seems that this summer it will be a lot hotter than most. So really making sure you keep your hydration. Use your filtered water, use coconut water, use herbal teas, fresh juices. They can all help with your hydration levels and keep you feeling like you're energized and that you can thrive through this silly season. If you've got any comments, if you're watching this back later and you want to give us some tips, please put the comments in below with this, so everyone gets to thrive during the silly season and we all get to come out the other side and really enjoy the new year. So I'm looking forward to the new year and what it has to bring. So if we can all do this together where we all thrive through it by helping each other out, creating that community aspect where we can help others when they need it, other families, other friends, all of that, when we put it all together, it makes it easier for everyone. So I look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you so much for joining me with this today. Put your comments below if you've got another tip that I haven't quite covered or a different connotation on a tip that I've given today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Have a fabulous